paid ads to really start to scale my business, because to make $1 million a year, you have to be doing about $100,000 a month pretty quickly, right? Or if you're behind that in the first couple of months, let's say you do 25, 50K, 75, you got to start doing 130, 150, 170. So the reason you move into paid ads, where you see like those are the sponsored posts. So if you're new to ads, that's when you see something on social media that says a sponsored post, is because eventually you're going to get a DM block, right? So if you're outreaching to people via cold DM, or you're outreaching to people who are your followers, you can only send so many per hour. Typically, back in the day, you could send 25 plus. Now it's more like 10 to 15. And so because of that, I realized that, hey, I can only send so many messages per hour. So the only way around that is if I have people sending me messages. And because I wasn't a famous influencer and I didn't have a huge following, the only way to do that was to run ads. So the way I started is I only did DM ads, and I would send out some type of ad that would be, it was actually a picture of me. I'll try to put it on the screen if we can find it. And I was super jacked and shredded, and I said, the headline was how to eat whatever you want without sabotaging results. And I would get so much traffic. In fact, I only ran this ad that got me to become a millionaire. It was crazy. I did $1 million off this. And once they clicked the ad, what would open was Messenger. And it was Facebook Messenger, and it would just say, hey, here's a link to the training. By the way, I'll be in here later, so tell me what your goals are. And then what would happen is either they would go through the training and the funnel and they'd book a call from that, or they would start sending me a message and I'd have a message conversation with them and book a call. Either way. So it was kind of a 2-for-1. And really the key thing that helped me was being able to follow up through messaging. I never had a lot of success building funnels and just like trying to get all the traffic to go through the funnel. So what would happen is then they would start messaging me. And so on average, let's say I put in 10 grand, I would make $40,000 revenue, $20,000 collected. If I spent 50 grand, I'd make, $200,000 revenue, $100,000 collected. So it was a 4X revenue on total cash, and it was 2X on collected. And so usually, depending on the payment plans or if they paid in full, like on average, I would collect 25 to 50% upfront, and then I get the rest on a payment plan over 3 to 4 months, okay? And now I was in control. I didn't have to wait, an hour to like message another 15 people, or, I didn't have to worry about getting a spam block. I can now have people reaching out to me, and when you're reaching out via message or an ad, you can respond to people immediately. So it was amazing. It completely changed the game.